I recorded a Palworld video, and then I proceeded to put it off editing it just so I could play more Palworld. I haven't slept since it released, I haven't eaten in days, my wife left me, but all that doesn't matter because I have Palworld. Just Palworld. But seriously though, I'm hooked on Palworld so far. I have replaced everything I do in my free time with playing this darn game. Wait, what's that? You've been living under El Rocco and don't actually know what a Palworld is? Well, young child, allow me to plague your sweet innocent soul with one simple clip. This is Palworld, motherfucker. So Palworld is a game that many describe as Pokemon with guns. However, I would actually argue it's not really that. It looks like that on the surface, but if you play it, it's not really that. It's true that there are creatures that resemble Pokemon, and there are guns. But every creature collecting game has creatures that resemble Pokemon, and the first gun isn't even unlocked until about halfway through the tech tree. This game is more of a survival-based builder that has creature collection and exploration. If anything, I would compare it to games like Ark, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and even Lego Fortnite. In Palworld, you can do all sorts of things with your slaves. I mean, pals. You can power them up, breed them, force them to work, battle with them,
and even murder them.
PETA would not approve. And yes, you can catch humans. Oh no. Guys, I can explain. Humanity would not approve. Hey, Stinky. What's the move? What are you doing? You going to sleep? Okay, well, I guess it's the best thing you can do in your situation. I will say, I don't fully understand how breeding works in this game. It honestly seems like a big can of worms, like it would in any game, I guess. But what I do know is that you can find random eggs in the wild that you can incubate and hatch yourself. I both love and hate this. I hate it because these eggs take too darn long for my inky binky attention span. But I love it because it's like loot boxes and gambling, but without the microtransactions, which is unheard of these days. So we got, I love eggs at the same time because it's like gambling, kinda. So I've got a Mossanda. Huge rocky egg. I don't even know what I'm gonna get from this. A war sect. I have not seen this before. I need to see what it looks like. It's also a good way to see unfamiliar pals for the first time. Well, that and exploring, I suppose. On that note, seeing new pals for the first time while playing gives me a good dopamine rush. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. Look at this dude.
He's a big boy.
What the heck? He's massive. What? This thing's huge. This thing looks like my mom. Just because I'm green. And it's green.
Fair.
Not my IRL mom. Palworld, being the smashing success that it is, has sold about 7 million copies in just 5 days. Which is bonkers. Many people, including myself, must have been following the game for a while and waiting for its release. Like, I literally wishlisted this game as soon as I could. And this game was only released in early access, which means, well, there are bugs. Oh! I went flying.
You good, man?
Oh man, standing on top of a ball when you're catching something just launches you, and I love it.
Good.
My bird was just freaking out for a second. Oh, now my camera's freaking. Oh, no, my bird's freaking out. What's going on? And it also means there is some weird AI sometimes. Dude's just beating my chest. What are you doing? But it also means that the developers are gonna be updating the game. Which, with all this money they're getting, they better. They even released a little roadmap highlight for the future updates, so that's cool. As for my first time playing Palworld, I spawned in with not much direction of what to do and where to go. Honestly, the tutorial is kinda ass, but I did immediately find a big land ball and caught it. I did it. I got a lamp ball. I think people are calling these shinies, so that's what I'll call them. I started building up my base that I made way too close to spawn, but honestly, I spent like the first 2 or 3 hours playing this game confused on just about everything and how everything worked. This is probably because I didn't read the survival guide before or while playing these first few hours. In my defense, it seemed like way too much reading, but after skimming through it later, it really wasn't that much reading. After making a little house and assigning some land balls to work at my base, I found out that these little pals don't know their place. He's in my wall. Oh, he's sleeping in my bed? No. You got it all wrong, buddy. Your bed's outside. I ended up with a bunch of land balls working at my base before I realized that you kind of need to vary your pals at your base if you want to get anything done. For example, to get a constant supply of food for you and your pals at your base, you need to have a pal working that can plant seeds, one that can water crops, and one that can gather food and put it in a food storage. This all plays into the base building aspect of this game. Oh yeah, I also found a second shiny pal before I even have been playing this game for an hour. Oh, it's a big boy. Are these guys special? They can't be. I've already found 2 of them. And I barely survived that encounter. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. I don't know how I'm not dead. Just catch. Okay, I did it. Oh my gosh, that was that was tough. I don't know what I'm doing. All in all, I went into Palworld pretty blind, so I didn't really know what I was doing starting off. What I ended up doing is starting a playthrough with my buddy Dio, and also a new single player playthrough with my newfound knowledge. I didn't record my entire new solo playthrough because I didn't want a bajillion gigabytes of storage taken up by Palworld videos, but I did record me building up a second base. Making a second base in this game is mostly going back and forth between bases to get materials that you already worked for, and, well, your pals worked for, and use them to actually get your second base going. Goodness knows you can only carry like 3 items in your inventory before you can't move. Also, playing games cooperatively is always fun, and Palworld is no exception. What? Give me all your money. Thank you. Wasn't expecting that to work. What I recorded of this is also building up a second base, actually. I was mostly doing that while Dio was remodeling our first base a bit, now that we know how things work a bit more than we did when we started. Also, I find fighting bosses in multiplayer is way easier than single player, mostly because there are more targets for the boss to attack, decreasing the chance of it choosing you to attack, which is good. I hope it catches. Okay.
Damn. Or you just try and...
It got megaspheres, yeah. Why? Okay, why did the megasphere work?
I don't know.
What? Now there seems to be a lot of controversy on Palworld in the form of its pal models resembling certain Pokemon too much. As funny as it is to say, well, Palworld is getting sued, let me give you my take on this. Just because Pokemon is the most popular creature collection game by a country mile, doesn't mean every other creature collection game is ripping it off. The Pokemon Company takes inspiration from things to make their Pokemon, for better or for worse. JK, I love you and I won't let them hurt you. My point is, Palworld is doing the same thing, taking inspiration for their pals based on real world things. The result of this is, yes, some pals may look like some Pokemon. And all this is coming from a lifelong Pokemon fan. Anyway, when is Palworld Go coming out? I also briefly heard some allegations of AI being used for Palworld or something, which I don't really know much about. But what I do know is a lot of people use AI for stuff these days, so yeah. Regardless of all this, I think people who are getting steamed over whether or not Palworld is similar to Pokemon are missing the point. If you play the game and you don't like it, because it's not your type of game or whatever, that's fine. Or if you didn't play the game at all and you're just judging it, don't attack the people who genuinely enjoy the game and support its future growth. In a world where sadness is on a major rise with each passing year, just let people be happy. This It's got a little too real for me. But anyways, what do you think about Palworld? Does it live up to the hype for you? Let me know below, and while you're down there, maybe subscribe. I don't normally ask for a subscription, but these numbers got me feeling some kind of way. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Don't kill it. Please guys, please. Please no. I don't want you to kill it. Please? Thank goodness. Oh yeah, you can kill that. Goodbye.